Seemed like I saw somebody in the distance there going through the light. I didn't see that when I initially played. Look how awesome this looks, man. I don't know, something about this game, boy. I love it. I initially thought that the entire game was going to be kind of this desert environment, because that's what you always see in the ads and all that kind of stuff. But it does mix it up as we continue here. I'm just giving you guys another little shot of everything, and it seems like you can see there's other bridges off in the distance. There's actually bridges on the left. There's there's at least 3 on that side, and 1, 2, 3, maybe, yeah, 3 on that side. So it seems like that there's other avenues by which you can get to the mountain, maybe. You see what I'm saying? And maybe I've just chosen this one because, you know, in that little hub world we were talking about in the previous episode, it seemed like there was other ways you could go, but they were just blocked off. I don't know if that means that they're blocked off because those paths, you know, as people have journeyed those paths, and I'm just kind of, you know, talking out of my brain right now. Those paths, maybe people have journeyed those paths and realized, hey, they don't get to the mountain. Like, you can't make it to the mountain from there. This is the only way. Or if those are just, you know, there for scenery. That's just kind of me thinking out loud there. Now this is pretty cool because now we get introduced to like machines, if you will, like that whole mechanical thing. So we have this really nice landscape, and then you see these, they look like cages or what I call machines, and that'll come in, I guess that'll come in more later on as we play. You'll actually see these machines, if you will, kind of flying around the area, and it's almost like they've trapped our little scarf friends inside, and we get a chance to not only interact with our little scarf friends, but we get to free them from their prison, so from captivity, and they're actually going to help us form the bridge that gets us across these gaps, because you can see the bridge the bridge has kind of got some gaps there. So again, we're just really starting to fall in love with the fact that not only do our little scarf friends help us with our personal scarf and the ability to fly and like float through the areas, but they also interact with the environment to provide us a path, you know, as we continue on our journey, which again I think is pretty cool. See how they kind of move like a school of fish? You know what I mean? I love it. And then bam, they make the bridge for us. And I think I do spend quite a bit of time in this area because it is really, I mean, you can really just breeze through this. All you have to do is do what I just did a couple of times, and you can get across the gap and like continue the game. But I really wanted to take some time and let you guys soak this in. That's why I'm giving you guys these shots, man. Something about this game that just wants, like, kind of evokes that emotion that, hey, you should just stop and like just look around sometime. And most games don't do that, you know? Or at least for me, they don't. Most games I'm just like, all right, let me just keep on playing, you know what I mean? Let me get to the next boss. But in this game, I find myself just wanting to stop. And I did this on my first playthrough too. Not just, I mean, I know I'm filming for you guys now, so obviously I made a point to do it, and I wanted to get cool shots like this. You know, I didn't want the camera to always just be behind me. But when I first played the game, I did the exact same thing. I just wanted to stop and soak it all in. And we just saw that there's one of those artifact symbols in the distance, so I'm gonna go grab that in a second. Trying to get my scarf power back. Look at that, the sliding. There's gonna be a level coming up here soon where we just pretty much slide the entire level, and it's so fun. There's the artifact. Got some little friends I can free right here. And the music is so good in this game. So good, man. There we go. Scarf's getting bigger. You'll see the wind blow too. I think it actually, does it do it? Yeah, see how the wind blows? And boom, I just start sliding. I love that. And the wind not only blows like me and my physics in terms of my cape and my scarf, but it also moves the sand, which is another level of interaction that I quite enjoy. I think it's here. I go back to that artifact. I think I do. Because I'm like, wait, did I not get it? Because it's blinking over there. But what happens is after you pick up an artifact, it will still blink like that. And I think it does that because, you know, this game is meant to be played online so other people can journey along with you. And I think that it does that particular gameplay mechanic because if somebody's journeying along with you, you'll know where you picked up an artifact at, and you can be like, hey, follow me, right? I'll show you where you can get more scarf power. So you'll know exactly where it was in case you get lost or turned around, which I think is pretty cool. So that's why I went back. I had forgot about that. I was like, wait, did I not get that? Get my scarf power on. That's another cool little thing that happens when you press O and those scarves come around. You kind of like float up and do a little 360 spin, and which is cool because, like I said, you don't talk in this game. There's no sound effects. It's not like your character's like, yay, you know, or says something like that. But just the fact that you do that twisting motion when you jump is kind of a sign that, hey, I'm happy that I'm able to, you know, collect this scarf power or interact with my scarf friends, right? Like, I don't know. It adds depth to the character that I don't think otherwise would be there without text or some type of commentary or dialogue. There's another one. And we just saw another monument, or mural, I should say. I'm gonna go grab this right quick. Now we're gonna clear this side over here. I think I did everything on the left-hand side of the bridge that I could. So now we're gonna work on the right-hand side of the bridge. And this, like, I don't know if you guys are noticing, but the small scarfs are just like personal. I keep calling them scarf friends. That's the only thing I know what to call them. The small scarfs that hang off, that pretty much uncages the little guys. But these big ones, like the one that's to my right here, this one, this is what actually operates the bridge. This is when you unleash a massive amount of them and help build the bridge that'll get you across. And if you remember the previous mural, not the mural that we got, but the previous cutscene, it actually showed me building some type of bridge structure in that mural, which obviously there's no way to know this is gonna happen. But it's, like I said, it kind of foreshadows this experience. Now we're good to go. And I don't think we've spotted any friends yet. I don't think. Sometimes, like I said, well, I guess if you go back to the previous episode, well, no, it was actually this episode. We might have saw somebody as they were heading into the light, but they weren't in here, I don't believe. And if they were, the place is so big, I just didn't see them. Because obviously, if I see another player, I try my best to interact with them. I think that just adds to the experience. Here I'm showing you guys the bridges off in the distance. All the bridges off in the distance are flat. This one tends to have kind of an incline to it, so it's kind of its own unique bridge, if you will, which leads me to believe that this is the only true path to the mountain. And that maybe those other, at least in my mind, I think that, hey, you know what, those other bridges, you know, people have tried to get to the mountain that way, but they can't make it. That's just my line of thought, I should say. You see how the music picked up too when we started coming up the bridge? That was something I noticed when I first played the game. Now we're left with silence again, except for the sound of the sand. Let's see what we can look forward to. Take another step forward. There you go.